Hey, Einstein, where's the dot, boy? Huh?
Creatives, how are you? Welcome back to the Nerd Creative channel. FANHOME, Build the Back to the Future DeLorean, part 22. In this video, we'll be completing issue 48 of the build. Grab yourself a coffee, sit back, relax and enjoy. As always, with every stage of the build, come with components and a magazine. So I'll just put the components aside, and there's a nice graphic of the front of the model that we are building. So these are all the components that come in this stage of the build. Seems to be a lot of cables and wires, some cable ties there and screws. Here is the step-by-step instructions. There's a lot of cabling to do. As you can see, quite a lot of cabling to do. And then we connect, once all the cabling's done, we connect the center console that we connected to the dashboard onto the floor inside the car. So we are kind of moving forward with this build now. Elizabeth Shue, Jennifer Parker. A look at the career of the actress who played Jennifer in Back to the Future sequels. I remember Leia, look there. She played Ali in The Karate Kid. She was in Adventures in Babysitting, and she was in Cocktail as well. And this is what we're going to be getting in the next section. Looks like it's more wiring in issue 49, and then there we go. We get a good full colour view of everything that's in this issue. So start off with our admin work, make sure we've got everything. Now this might be quite confusing because look at that, there's a lot of wires there. I've just got to make sure I know which ones which are which. So what I might do is I'm going to fold I don't normally do this, but I'm going to fold the magazine in half. I'm going to lay everything down here. I've just knocked the camera. I'm going to lay it all down here as it's laid out here, because there's a lot of wires here and it's going to be quite an interesting stage, a couple of stages I'd say. So just so we empty out what's in this compartment. So we've got 4 cable ties. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've got a bag of FP screws. It's the only screws we're getting in with this. And then we have, so I mean, we've got to try and work out which one is which. So these are all, so this has got 4 strands there, so that'll be this one up at the top, and this one has 2 there, so that will be this one here. I'm just going to lay them out like that because, as you can look at this, it's just a load of cables. I just need to lay it out as it's laid out there because it's a lot. It'll probably be a lot easier once I start putting them in, but I'm just going to get this compartment open. So I'm just going to slowly get things out because like that. Just don't want to lose anything. So we've got this bundle here. Now that looks like it's this. I'm assuming it's that. And I'm just going to open it out like that. See, it's all been tied together at the bottom like that. So that is that. That is that. This is that. I don't know. And then we've got this black piece here, which is 48C. There. That long piece goes. It's very, yeah, it's very straight and great on the picture, but what I've got is it's bent and it's twisted. So that, yeah, that goes there. Whatever. Then we've got a yellow one that goes next to it, which is here. So we can straighten these out a bit. Like that, there, there. And then we've got these two. This one, now that's a bit confusing because this has got 4 and that's got 4. It's difficult to know which one is which, although they look the same. They do, see if they're the same. Now one's longer than the other, so I think this one's down here because it's longer than that one. That's longer than that, and then this goes there. You can see how confusing it can get. So I'm going to leave them laid out like that, and I'm going to have to keep referring back to this page because, oh yeah, we've got this little piece here as well, which is the separator. Put that up there, and our FP screws. Yeah, this is going to be quite interesting to put together. So we get our FP screws, which are here. Yeah, we're doing it step by step, so you know. So we've got our screws, we've got our screwdrivers, we've got our components, we've got our magazine. Let's begin. So I brought the dashboard and the center console back because it's this cable here is the first one that we're going to be moving. So we've got to pass it down the side of these two red parts, which are the displays. So we've got to pass it down there, and then we've got to feed it around there, underneath, like that. And let's just turn it around, like that. And then we have to feed it in. Just turn it around. We need to feed it in here. And it's got to go down the side of here. So let's press the cable beneath the console and position it along the side as shown. Take the cable for 45B and 21 and place them. Yeah, so we've got to place all these cables down this side here. See if we can get tweezers and just pass them down there, push them down there. Like that. So they need to see, just push them. So they all need to go down there and just see if there's a, yeah. So they all need to go down the side there, as you can see, down this side. And then they come out at the bottom there. So that's where that goes. This cable here that's fed round here. So that's how that goes. So I brought the floor plating back from the car from the previous build. We've got to sit this center console and dashboard on here like that, with all these cables coming out the back, as you can see. And then we've got to flip it over. Oh yeah, this is going to be fun. And we've got to flip it over. So I'm not sure how these all go together. I think, just checking. Not sure. So I'm going to flip it over like that. Flip it over like that, and then we've got to connect these two pieces together. Whoops, just got to line up the holes, wherever the holes are. Just check. Yeah, this is going to be quite tricky. I'm going to turn it back. I'm going to flip it back, sit it where I think it's to go, which is there, and then flip it over like that. I'm going to screw them together, and we use FP screws, so we need 4 of them. And yeah, I did drop one, but that's fine. So the first one goes in here, that. Let's slide it back a bit because I'm gonna put the second one in. I can't really see if I can do it on camera. It's very difficult. I'll get it going and then I'll slide it under the camera. There, I've got them 2 in. Just got to line the other 2 on there. That. So it's magnetic when it wants to be. Sit that in there. And this one goes in there. So difficult to do it under this camera. Just hold these 2 pieces. Screw this in place. Just tighten these 2 up. There. All our cables are coming out of the back. That is all of these 3 pieces together now. We've got this floor plate here. We have our center console and we've got our check it. See, it's where it's supposed to be. Wondering if that screws onto this. It's quite loose. Anyway, so there, look, that's our car coming together. The dashboard and the center console attached to the floor plate of the interior of the car. So that's coming together quite well. So I've zoomed in a little bit because we're going to be working on these cables. So the first one we need to work on is this one here with all these colours here. This is 48B, and we've got this this section here, this separator here. As you can see, it's got tabs sticking up at the top. That's the top side, and we've got to feed each cable through that hole. So it comes up through that hole and down through that one. Now I'm going to try and do this on camera, but if it turns out to be very fiddly, then I'll do it off camera. So I'll start off with the first one. So the first one goes through the hole like that. It goes up, and then it goes down through the other hole like that. If I can get it through the hole. Get it through the hole. Straighten it out so we can thread it through. Move this cable out of the way, and I can see where the hole is. It is quite fiddly. It's curving. So it needs to go in that hole. I'll do it off camera because it's very fiddly. I did actually manage to do it there. See, all the cables are through, but then I had to pull them. Let me just zoom out a bit. But then I had to keep pulling them through because they've all got to be the same length. And I've clipped them on here. So this is all the cables now. And then what we do is we come right down here to about there, and then we start twisting. We just twist them all around like that. Just keep twisting them around. Like that there. So they're twisted at both ends, and the cables pass through here and come out there. So we've got two reds, two whites, two blacks, two yellows, and one brown. So that's how that works there. It took quite a while, but then I got a rhythm going and I was able to feed it in, feed it up, and then once I had them through, then I had to keep feeding them through until they were all the same length like that at the other end. It's quite fiddly. When you get round to doing yours, you'll probably find the same thing, but that's what you'll end up with there. So all the reds there at the top, then the whites, then the blacks, then the yellows, and then the green, then the brown. Past the end of the cable, so I need to turn the camera on this way. So I need to pass this. So this one needs to go down here, past the cable, past the end of the cable, down and under the dashboard in the position as shown. It passes down there, past the twisted end, the cable beneath the dashboard and out through the back. It's supposed to come out the back, and it does come out the back here. It passes through there. Sit down there like that. Doesn't sit on anything, it just sits there like that. And then we've got to get past the twisted cable beneath the dashboard, out the back. And we've got to get the next cables, which is 48D and 48 C and D. So that's 1, that's 2. Make sure I get the right way around. So move it that way around. So we've got to get these 2 cables. That place together and position them around the parts on top of the dashboard, then down, under, through the back as shown. Okay, so where are they going? Down. Are they going into the floor? I don't know. And where they're coming out. So they're coming out. They're coming out of that hole. They're coming out of that hole and that hole. Right. So I need 48E. Which is the one with 4, which is this one, 48E. Pass one end of 48E through the hole with 48B. Through the hole. What hole is that? What's there? C and D, and place the other end on the top of the dashboard. It's got the 48E. No, that's not it. It's this one. It's this one. Cables stay down there like that. So we need 48H, which is that one. It's not the coloured one. H. Pass underneath the dashboard out there. Then we've got 48H, which is this one here with the 4. So we've got to pass this through the dashboard, through the back of the dashboard and out the middle, and just feed it through. It comes out the middle here, see here, it comes out here, and goes round here. It goes, let's see where it's catching on, it goes up the side of here, and then it kind of spreads there like that. I'll pull it back a bit like that. Spreads there like that. Spreads out. I'm going to pull it out a bit more. Pull it back a bit more like that. There. So it spreads there, and then we've got a cable tie. This one. This one. This one. We've got a cable tie all 3 of them together. Let's pass the cable tie. Needs to go like that. Pass the cable tie and make sure it's going around all of them. Yep. And then close the cable tie like that. Just going to grab this so it doesn't move. So it's starting to, let me just pull that, so that needs to sit there, and this cable tie, just keep pulling on it, and we tighten all these 3 cables together like that, there, and that they're just spread out like that, there like that, and we just clip the top. You can see we've still got that one underneath the, but you can see how crazy it is. So you can just push them down a bit like that. Just tidy them like that. Just tidy them down.